There is a key meeting that's taking place in the Prime Minister's residence. The Air Chief, the Navy Chief, the CDS and the NSA are there in this particular meeting. And remember, this is a crucial juncture at which this meeting is coming. It's after the ceasefire that has been agreed to with Pakistan. The Prime Minister is taking stock of the security situation with the key security officers there. These officials, of course, there. Giving a lowdown on what the ceasefire situation is like, the security situation across the borders as well. My colleague Shiv joins us with more details. Shiv, now a key meeting at the Prime Minister's residence. This comes after the ceasefire agreement and in fact after the slight ceasefire violation that took place last evening as well. Take us to what we heard.
This is a very crucial meeting because this is the first top-level security meeting between the chiefs. The army chief will be in that meeting also shortly, and the Prime Minister, the National Security Advisor, and the Chief of Defence Staff are there. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be travelling to Lucknow a little later for an event where a weapons facility organisation. But this particular meeting is crucial because, like you rightly said, it's the first taking stock meeting of India's actions, the modalities of the understanding between India and Pakistan, which is being interpreted as a ceasefire, but is not actually a ceasefire. It's more of a kind of, a limited understanding between the two countries to at least stop all the, kinetic military actions that took place. We do know that India has been able to, deliver this cessation of hostilities in 3 days after Operation Sindoor actually began. The important thing about this meeting is that, remember, Operation Sindoor would have probably had even more phases beyond what has already happened by the time the ceasefire came about yesterday. And therefore, this meeting where the Prime Minister will be taking stock directly with the Armed Forces Chiefs, the Chief of Defence Staff, Ajit, Doval, the National Security Advisor, will also be about preparedness. Remember, the mutual understanding / ceasefire is not, it does not bring everything to an end. The armed forces here in Jammu and Kashmir and along the international border.
Right, we'll try and get my colleague Shiv back on the broadcast. There seems to be a technical difficulty there. But as he was saying, the government is now assessing the situation as far as the ceasefire agreement is concerned with Pakistan. This is the Prime Minister's meeting with the top brass of security officials. That includes the Air Chief, Navy Chief, CDS, NSA, and we're also learning that the Army Chief is going to be there shortly as well. My colleague Shiv is back with us. Shiv, I'll let you finish your thought.
Yeah, so remember that the crucial thing to remember about this meeting is that operational readiness and India's state of alert along the line of control in airspace above us, along the entire international border, has not gone down even an inch since yesterday. We remain in a state of war alert. Because the country that we deal with, the country with which we have this mutual understanding right now, is not a predictable country. They've of course made it seem like it was some kind of a diplomatic victory on their side. But the truth of the matter, as we've been reporting here on NDTV, is it was India's massive military pressure, especially imposed on that country during phase 3 of Operation Sindoor, in which India struck 11 Pakistan Air Force bases. From Sargodha to Jacobabad to Chaklala to so many others. That is what finally fell the cat and forced Pakistan to run to the United States seeking some kind of an intervention, and that's how it actually played out. India, agreed to the ceasefire from a position of advantage because any escalation beyond this, remember, would have been just under the nuclear threshold, not suitable for anyone, neither India nor Pakistan nor the world really. And that's the reason why alarm bells started ringing and the United States had to step in and force Pakistan to pick up the phone and call India and request a ceasefire. So all of these sequence of events, this timeline, India's readiness, what could happen next, the blueprint for what happens if Pakistan, violates the ceasefire once again, is all going to possibly be discussed at this meeting. One last point to close this thought is that, remember, just before this ceasefire, just before the cessation of hostilities, India actually declared a change, a paradigm shift in its policy, which is that from now onwards, any terrorist attack, major terrorist attack by Pakistan will be formally interpreted by India as an act of war, which means India will not respond by hitting terror camps and terror launch pads, but by literally hitting military facilities as a first step. Not phase 2, not phase 3, but phase 1 will be hitting military targets. And that's something that's given Pakistan serious pause at this time.